And welcome all y'all amazing Bulls and Gators, whoever else watching out on the internet. I am John, joined alongside Connor as we're about to get into some Counter-Strike action. We actually got the IP right as the game started, so I believe we're going to be jumping straight into game.
Yeah, we might have missed the pistol round right there. It looks like that USF won the first round and that goal.
Yeah, it looks like UF did take that first round, so we'll make sure to get that overlay reflective of it all. But Viffy with a nice shot and another to take things down and doing great work at shutting down USF's anti-force. Their eco round, if you will, is now at early M4. Actually, 2 M4s picked up by the side of UF. They've got some confidence in this first couple rounds.
Yep. For USF, that was pretty much just a throwaway round. You know, they had like one Glock on, I think, Kronos over there. Or, sorry, one Deagle. The rest of the players were just Glocks. I don't think even had armor behind it. They were just trying to do whatever damage they could do, and I think they got the one kill. It's whatever.
Yeah, and now we're going to see, you know, sort of what adjustments happen, as this is, of course, the first gun round. And now it does look like there's just some nades getting dropped as we're on Viffy's POV. We're seeing the scout at work.
Scouter CS, bro.
Scouter CS, indeed. As things are pretty passive at the start.
Yeah, it looks like USF is kind of slowing it down towards the A ramp right there. Maybe hoping to draw out some of UF's utility as they start to work towards the site right now. And they get that peek out too short as we get some live fiddling of the controls right here.
Yep, just making sure that we can get the directed cam on her. We'll worry about that later after this round as Viffy's trying to hold the fort down. As USF gotten a couple quick frags and do manage to find the plant on the right side of sight for them, but nice. It actually looks like there was a team kill in the crossfires. Now it's 2v3, still advantage USF in this first gun round, but now that Not a Waffle is gone, just down to the last 2 Kronos with a nice kill onto Brainsville. And now Viffy with that scout CS might not do enough as the 2 AKs come forward, and Kronos taking down that last kill. USF striking back in the first gun round.
Yep, that was a very good post plant situation by FSU, USF. I'm getting my acronyms mixed up. They managed to get onto the site, traded 2 for 1, and just left Viffy behind those smokes with just a scout in his hands.
Yeah, and I mean it's a tough spot, you know, when you're basically back against the wall and all you've got is a scout. As this is forcing a save from the side of UF. As again, we are still working on just making sure everything looks good. As first kill going the way of Not a Waffle with that MAC-10, so going to get a little extra change off that gun, getting a little extra value from the SMG.
It looks like USF is just taking this slow. They know UF's on an eco here. They know their money's not great, and so they're just kind of going a little bit slow around the map while Kronos just kind of scopes things out on the B site. Yeah,
but Brainsville right here with a nice peek out with the MP9, and that gets things started, at least for UF. But bomb going down means that advantage still the way of USF, and of course they do have the gun advantage, but 1 AK getting taken over, not too bad.
UF, their positioning is weird here. They might be looking to just save that 1 AK that they've had and have their Deagles slow and see what they can get.
Yeah, it looks like it as Tales of Valor goes down, and now MP9 charges forward and just gets met with a headshot.
Yeah, and you can see those players running away. They don't want anything to do with this. They're just going to save that AK, and Viffy's going to be playing bodyguard for Dad Jorts, keeping the player alive.
Yeah, playing bodyguard. I like that. And honestly, that's all you can really ask for out of an eco where you have, you know, an MP9 and a couple Deagles. Not too shabby to walk away with a rifle and an AK at that. But now UF and USF all tied up 2-2.
With that recovered AK, it does mean that UF's buy in this upcoming round would be a little bit stronger because they could have managed to drop one, but it looks like that they're just making do with what they had. So that they get the op out on Viffy on this side and see what they can do with it.
Yeah, that indeed is Dad Jorts or Brainsville. I'm not sure what to call him. Finds the first kill.
It's Dad Jorts.
Dad Jorts.
Yeah, Brainsville is his
that makes a lot of sense. As now. Swag Master. Yeah, I'm seeing all the player tags, so going for the second. It's been a while since I've done Counter-Strike, so I will be honest. Not up to date on all the names, but Viffy, no longer a Martial Menace, now has the op in hand. So it's going to be some serious firepower lent the way of UF, but still 4v4.
That early exchange, that early frag that Dadjorts got towards the B stairs was canceled out by another frag on the other side of the map with that pick onto Kronos.
And we're going to see the flashes start to come out. Mish on the backside. Going to see if USF does check, and they do, but Swagmaster not fast enough. So Mish is going to find that.
This is a very fast flank from Tales of Valor right here. If he goes down that ladder quickly, he could find it.
Yeah, but not a Waffle winning that duel. So back to 3-3, but USF now with the man advantage, but still, got to remember Waffle is very, very low, and Viffy completely smoked off. USF are going to get this plant, and Tenya, I'm going to say I like that Unicorns of Love profile picture. I'm a big Unicorns of Love fan myself. So just getting that little detail in.
Tales of Valor does manage to check Waffle and get that low player down. Now it's down to the 2v2 post plant.
Yeah, this 2v2, and especially considering Tales of Valor was able to upgrade that MP9, does make things difficult, but a lot of time is ticking off the clock, and considering how separated these UF team members are, at least in relation to being able to take site, it's going to be tough, so it looks like they are just going to commit to that save, hold on to the op.
Yeah, Viffy's already getting out of there, that 10-second music is playing, and it looks like that player on side hall is just trying to take damage again.
Yeah, it does get refragged by Tenyo, so not going to be any defuse shenanigans going on here. Barely surviving the explosion, so one gun carried over for both teams, but the round goes the way of USF.
And for all those players lost, USF is not going to care. They all had like 8K before this round started. They got plenty of money. They got that bomb plant. They got that win. But whereas UF is, it feels like they haven't had a complete buy this entire game. Every single round they've struggled a little bit. Yeah,
it feels like they just haven't quite structured their economy right in the way that maybe they want. As again, it's always been like one MP9, or right here we're seeing 2 MP9s, a FAMAS, and an M4 with a lot of light armor, not much util, so going to be very, very difficult to hold on up against USF with full util, full rifles.
Yeah, looks like they're slowly working their way towards ramp, while the other players are structured out towards mid, maybe trying to come in for the backstab afterwards.
Yeah, nice flash coming over the top, as looks like Sizer's going to find that one, and Tenyo as well. Taking out Tales of Valor. So now, again, USF, they found the advantage, taking advantage of UF's gun disadvantage. But Viffy answering back on the op makes things a little more difficult.
Oh, that's a very brave peek from Caesar on that low HP, but it does pay off as he gets a very clean headshot onto Viffy and taking that op out of play.
Yeah, very, very clean. Very tough. I mean, I don't know if they knew that they were peeking into an op, but regardless, that's still a tough peek to take. I guess that's why they sent the person with 6 HP to do it. And did indeed deliver, as now it's just Dadjorts once again forced to save this M4. UF just can't really get anything going, as I mean, if you're in this awkward spot that you're constantly, half buying or doing these mixed scrappy buys, especially on a map like Vertigo that USF is sort of known for at times. At least the Gold Squad is, they'll probably take those tips over. It's going to be very tough to crack this team.
Speaking of Caesar, I do know right now he's standing in for Volus. Volus couldn't make it to this match, and honestly, I was a little bit worried for USF because Volus has been, especially on the CT side, he's been just a really strong anchor player for them. But just from these last couple rounds, it does look like Caesar's slotting into the team pretty well.
Yeah, it does seem like they're all working together very, very well. And now we're going to see maybe a much faster approach from USF, as
they're taking control of the B stairs right here. Well, they're getting that op posted up on the side so they can get with it.
Yeah, finding an angle that they can use this op to max effect, because nades come down, buying a little bit of space, and of course Kronos is going to take those peaks and hold the angle, but USF playing cautiously, very safe, clearing out all these angles, and now they can go right into Caesar. And Tales of Valor as well, and now response from that M4, so B site held on to.
That's the op down.
Yeah, that is the op down, so we'll see if UF can pick it up, can recover it, and ooh, Mish! The nice kill on the MP9. As
this round is starting to spiral out of USF's control. They've just been taken down in a lot of isolated fights. Just beyond that,
yeah.
we had those, we had these 2 quick kills by Caesar on the A ramp, but those are just all eco frags, players hoping to get lucky. But just the players who mattered, like the player with the guns on the B side, they got the kills they needed. They those players.
Yeah, they really did start to shut down USF, but Swagmaster finding that 1 kill is going to get things going their way again. And something important to note is that Jimmer's still just on that Deagle. So this is going to be a tough push in for UF. And Jimmers is leading the way, but through the smoke, Caesar finds Dad Jorts, and down goes Jimmers as USF brings the round back.
It was a good job from Caesar there. He gets a nice little 4K for the round, and he just manages to save USF from, well, potentially losing to that weaker buy, that like little half eco that UF put forward.
Yeah, now this is, I think, the closest we've seen to a full buy out of UF. You know, full util, but not everyone having max armor. But I guess that's not a huge deal if you're up against AKs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, the headshot armor. Quick little engagement towards the B stairs right now. Just some damage exchange, and both players fall off. No one wants to lose that.
Ooh, and Viffy not taking the right angle, and Caesar, a very, very aggressive on this T side. As now out comes Swagmaster, able to find one, getting burnt down, but does manage to run out. As USF finding a couple quick picks, get control of A site, but Mish able to respond, and Tenyo does so in kind.
Tony with a very, very nice lurk, just basically shutting down any chance that UF had a replay. And there's the second follow-up.
Yeah, there it is. Tenyo cleans it up. A little team damage.
You know, there's some celebratory firing going on there.
Yeah, exactly. Some celebratory firing. Just like, you know, pat on the back, but with an AK.
Yeah, you know, pat on the back, some few 7.62 rounds in your shoulder. It's fine.
Yeah, no big deal.
Walk it off.
You're getting respawned anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but now USF really starting to get a bit of a commanding lead, you know, up 4 rounds, and they haven't lost since those first 2. I think that's the bigger point to bring up, and it does feel like it's sort of been on the back of Caesar's aggression, and oh, what a nice flick to the side as he was looking for Viffy, but found Mish instead. I'm still looking for more. Frag grenade goes wide. And, I mean, this entry out of Caesar has been so well done, and now Viffy caught behind the box as well. Another 3K already.
It's all a fake. The bomb is going towards B. They've got him. The only person here is Dad Jorts. He does manage to get one, but he's not going to be able to stop this plant.
Yeah, I don't think so, but does actually see Kronos through the smoke. Doesn't take the shot. Bomb doesn't go down. This is dicey. Valor has an AK, but doesn't even need it. Just finds the headshot. And this is suddenly a 2v2 out of nowhere as that fake just completely falls apart to Dad Jorts.
That was a great play by him on mid. He was the only one on that site, and he managed to get pretty much everyone there.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be an ace for Caesar to bring this one back and start off strong with 1. And remember, just 1 shot to take the kill onto Dad Jorts. Doesn't know where he is. Does just pick up the bomb.
He's got time for this. He's just booking it. He's leaving him in. He's eating his dust, man.
It does have plenty of time, as 30 seconds still on the clock.
Dad Jorts is gonna piece these pieces together once he hears that bomb go down.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that's the kind of position where you just have to stick to that B side, because they could be doing a long fake. They could be trying to do something else. Well, Caesar might be able to find something. Does get the drop, finds the timing, and an ace.
Yeah, an ace clutch for Caesar. That's a really good way to come into a team that you're just a stand-in for.
Yeah, that is certainly does not feel like a substitute performance, but is playing incredibly well. And now this is forcing a timeout out of the side of UF.
Are they? Looks like they're keep investing into this. I mean, I guess Viffy can get the op out here, but you got 2 players who are gonna have like really limited weapons, and the rest of them are gonna have really limited utility. I'm not sure I like this on the side of UF.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Maybe they're thinking we can just take some of these wider swings after the util comes forward, but USF, they've had some really nice smoke lineups. They haven't been providing that kind of space. I mean, we saw what happened when I think it was, you know, round 3, that first gun round, where they didn't even need to take a man to take sight and get the bomb down.
No. And like just these past couple of rounds with Caesar rushing up that A ramp, he's just beating their utility towards ramp. Just doesn't seem like they have quite the coordination that they need. They're throwing flashbangs, but by the time they throw those flashbangs, Caesar's already right next to them and getting kills.
Yeah, and Viffy does find one, but immediately responded, and there's a lot of action going down A side. Caesar once again doing so much work, already gotten 2 this round. And it feels like I just keep saying his name, and it's because it's pushing up A, not being afraid of UF, and just shutting them down.
Gets himself a triple in the round there, and that pretty much just, Tales of Valor almost certainly has to just save this M4. It's gonna be the only weapon his team has going into the next round. They need that for just anything.
Yeah. Really, I mean, they keep forcing, and it feels like they just just don't have the tools that they need. They don't have the flashes. You know, we saw one of the 3 flashes that was bought this round result in a kill. Imagine if everyone had flashes. Imagine if everyone had smokes. They could just slow this down.
Just slow this takedown, throw those mollies down, get those grenades out, just do a bit of extra chip damage. But instead, it's just USF just running up ramp again, just getting the kills that they need.
Running up ramp, finding it. And again, like, the one time that they were almost stopped was when they were heading towards B, got shut down by Dead Jorts, and now they're like, all right, let's go back to what's tried and true. And I mean, just look at that kill. Look at the scoreboard for USF. 18 kills for Caesar. And then Kronos and Tenyo tied at 7.
This is round 11. He's just walking over him at this point.
Yeah, I feel like this would be the point where you see like the ADR and it would just be like 300 and you're like, how did they do that? But might get shut down here.
That's a lot of damage onto the danger man there, but he's still standing. He's still got that AK in his hands.
Still standing, still dangerous. And UF once again on this scrappy half buy, they don't have much utility. They're just in different positions, and Dad Jorts gets completely caught out by Not a Waffle and Swagmaster as well. Valor left and right, everyone going down. Caesar and Kronos do fall. They'd be hard pressed to hold with just a Deagle and 4 HP. Reinforcement finds 1, but again, USF finding the round. This time not off the back of Caesar, but everyone else chipping in.
That round felt a lot closer than it had any right to be. I feel like just it started off really strong for UF. They did that damage, they fall off without taking any in return, but I feel like after that it kind of just fell apart. Yeah,
it turned into this sort of series of trades as I think USF realized that it was a boost that they were playing towards, so they knew where at least a good chunk of UF's players were. Early and a nice shot from Viffy. Quick scope.
And that aggro towards mid with Mish and Tales of Valor managed to shut that mid push down, that mid presence down to 2v4s.
Kronos trying to turn around up against an MP9, so not a huge threat as far as the range, but now here come the reinforcements. It's 24% from that, or 24 health remaining from that frag. Now looks like Kronos is just going to take this as an opportunity to leave, and ooh, Swagmaster's found 1. Let's take him down off the rotate.
Looks like he tried to play the trigger discipline there, but the timer on the enemy player's head just didn't allow it.
Did not allow it at all. Kronos by 50, immediately traded by Dad Jorts, who swaps to the op. Got 1 kill! And UF finally finds a way to get around on the board.
They finally get past, I think it was the first round and the pistol and the round.
Yeah, they got the first 2 rounds, and then 9 in a row for USF.
Yep. Let's see if they can finally start swinging them together. They do manage to keep that op across, so they're gonna have almost full weapons. Just 1 FAMAS on the side of Tales of Valor. But once again, UF 9 rounds in a row. They don't care. They all had so much money.
Yeah, I mean, the bank accounts for USF very, very healthy. Kronos immediately taking down Dad Jorts, and I mean, it looks like UF are adjusting, but it just doesn't feel like enough. You know, that molly doesn't stop, doesn't do anything if you then just peek into the team. So Viffy's looking for something, but can't find anything through the smoke.
Gets caught out from default there by Kronos, but it's quickly traded out from the window position by Valor. Whereas Waffle's just holding onto the site. It doesn't even look, they're not even committing. They're still just going out towards the A site.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one thing I have to say. I'm very impressed by this USF Green roster. Is they've been very versatile, playing default, playing for picks, playing pigs. And now Caesar just finding kills through the smoke, and a little damage towards Viffy, forced to retreat. Bomb goes down for Tenyo. Peak comes out not in time.
Second late, yeah, that's dangerous, man.
Very dangerous. Let's find Caesar. That could be the way back into sight, but remember, there's still more USF members, but they keep getting picked off. Tales of Valor are able to upgrade that FAMAS to an M4, and this is getting a little dicey. Have full vision on the bomb, might be looking for some sort of ninja defuse, has to clear the right side, can't find him, and down goes UF. Both players from USF find a kill.
Yep. That was a very nice play by in that 2v2 close point right there. They managed to get that. They managed to keep their bomb down. They defended it and just didn't let them get past those default boxes.
Yeah, they had a beautiful crossfire where if you're peeking into one, you're peeking into the other. And now UF completely reset. Did still force up a couple rifles, which I will say I don't necessarily agree with, but maybe they're looking for some sort of misfire next round. Has semi-worked for them, but haven't been able to string together much. Now not mistaken, Vertigo is a T-sided map, but still not this T-sided.
Very, very slightly.
Yeah.
And it honestly, it's been a while since it might have switched. I've not checked the percentages in a while.
But I was gonna. It's like it's one of those where
The no scope attempted there for Kronos.
yeah, I was gonna say that was a little tight
Yeah.
from Kronos. Like your gusto.
Yep. That boost warfare right there in the mid box is both players fall off, and they're just going back to the old reliable.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
As now, it looks a couple nades coming in to clear out as Mish takes a little chunk of damage. Molly's Tenyo, just the raw peek on a Viffy, finds it. Now might just go for that aggressive plant. Oh, nice 1D from Jimmers.
They managed to stop the bomb. That aggressive smoke push, man, that's a kill. UF might be up onto a 4th round here.
Yeah, they might be able to find a 4th round, but we'll see. Smoke comes down and right through it. Not a Waffle is able to pick up the kill. As now 1 rifle, 2 pistols are what's left for UF, and Valor takes a ton of damage, and Kronos, quick peek, no problem.
That sandbags position, he manages to get what he wants, and throws down his AK. He's looking for more.
Indeed is, and knows where both players are, finds one, looking for the other. They know it's right behind the side, and a quick kill again.
It's a very good recovery from Kronos right there. He turns a very dangerous situation into just another round win for USF.
Yeah, just completely flips it, as now UF staring down at the very least an 11-4 score line for the half. And even buying a Mag 7.
I mean, it's not a bad weapon. It's just I'd prefer to have an M4 in my hands, honestly.
Yeah, and
if they had saved the last round, they could have had bells and whistles, but instead they're getting picked apart again.
Picked apart, indeed, as it's all up to Viffy in a 1v3.
Yeah,
USF knows where he is, just gonna run straight over to B site. And that is really gonna be it. It's gonna be so tough to try and just solo retake with an op. I assume he'll look for an M4 or an AK to try and pick up, but it's still, you know.
He's being so slow about this too, that by the time he gets out of here, there's gonna be a lot of time ticked off.
That is if he can even make it past Kronos, as we were all talking about Caesar from the start, but Kronos really picking it up in that, I guess, last half of the first half.
Yeah, yeah, the quarter of the game, yeah.
Yeah, the quarter of the half is now swapping sides. UF, they've got some work to do if they want to make this competitive.
Yeah. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So if they do manage to get this pistol round, that'll be a good start at least. But still, it's gonna be a long, long road. And honestly, I don't even know if they're able to do it.
Yeah, me neither. We'll have to see. As again, never say never. I've seen crazier things happen, but still, this is a very large mountain to climb.
They're going fast towards his B side.
Man, a nice headshot from Tenyo to slow down the momentum. Does get traded out. Goes straight over to Swagmaster. Caesar finds one, and we're going to keep saying now it's Swagmaster dominating the kill feed as he finds one. Looks for more. He's getting tagged from the back and from the front. Gonna have to take 2 separate duels. But when you're getting shot in the back, that's pretty tough to do. As USF put them up 13-3 and the GG spray to top it off.
Yeah, that fast flank off the A side kind of just sealed that right there. He has to focus on 2 sides at the same time, and he's just gonna get stabbed in the back.
Yeah, as we're seeing the full SMG buy up from the side of USF green.
Waffle, he's going. You know he's confident. Man.
P90 rush B finds one and shoots Tenyo. I feel like he took more damage from Waffle than anyone else, but doesn't matter. Keeps spraying. Kills left and right as Mish able to pick up a P90. Does what he can, but that many MP9s, it's not gonna work out.
That is just not respectful, man. Come on. They're already dead at this point, man. You don't gotta burn the body too.
Yeah, getting every single round they can in it feels disrespectful fashion. As I mean, that was
I don't care.
I don't care. But I mean, still have to treat every round seriously. Again, this is still a large lead, but now UF with the gun advantage, with equal utility on both sides now that the first few smokes have been thrown. But like what USF's doing, they're playing aggressively in these smokes. They're taking advantage of, the fact that they do have shorter range weapons.
They're going to try to be using those higher those to deal the damage, but it's not playing out. It looks like Caesar's going to have to play back towards the back hole there.
Yeah, Caesar forced back, and now does look like USF is just sort of playing the corner game. Find one very, very easily. Swagmaster.
Looks like Mish on the other side of the map towards B just gets that kill onto Swagmaster, and that opens up the site. Yep, they're just in the B site now.
Yeah, in the B site, Biffy. Ooh, throwing away an AK, I like that. Denying it from USF. Tenyo, the only rifle, gets taken out. Does mean that it can get picked up by USF, but it's not looking great when you're, ooh, a tough missed flash.
And NA nades over here.
Yeah, now no utility, just constant smokes out of the side of UF. Gonna try and flash forward. Honestly, these SMGs aren't worth a ton. They can go for it. Do find maybe make it 3. Smithy is barely able to take down Waffle, as that was a lot tighter than I think it deserved to be.
Yeah. And honestly, those extra kills after the rounds of the SMG does mean you get the extra money on the side of USF, but perhaps more importantly, it's gonna strain the economy of UF. And though UF is on the T side, and we always like to joke, oh, economy doesn't matter on T side, it does matter here, because they, even after those bomb plants, they still fully invested with AKs, fully invested with util. It means they're not going to be able to get all the bells and whistles that they need. Like, they still have the full AKs, but 2 of their players have no utility here.
Yeah, and that's one of the, I think, critical aspects of the game. You know, you have to be able to execute, you have to be able to clear those sight lines, and without that utility, you're just going to be taking these raw gunfights and have to rely on your teammates. So we're going to have to see how UF's team play fans out, as it does look like we're seeing a bit of a mixed buy from USF, or actually just a full buy down. Another Mag 7 and a Scout picked up against the full might of the AKs of UF. And a much slower pace than the last 2 rounds. Yeah.
They know that they don't have everything they need right here, so they're gonna have to be a little bit crafty. They're throwing in this sandbags boost, see what they can get. Yeah,
if it works, if it almost worked for UF, then maybe it'll work for USF. I mean, I'm sure all the players know these lineups, know these boosts, and I don't know about that angle with the Mag 7. I'm gonna be honest.
Listen, we like the Mag 7, but it's I don't think it's quite gonna work that far away.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna say, from back in my days playing in Silver, get an auto shotty, get a Nova, run at someone, it's great. Get a Mag 7, any of the above. Just run at someone, they won't hit you. But, we're actually dealing with people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, these people might actually be able to hit, might be able to actually aim the mouse towards your head.
Yeah, and playing that into account, keep your angle, and right there, trying to find the peak, not a Waffle gets taken down. This first kill goes the way of UF.
That's elevator smoked out. They're just disrespected, and they get taken out for that disrespect. That was not a worthwhile trade.
Yeah,
not USF.
Not sure about that one from Kronos, but Sizer with a nice peek, and Tenyo makes the Mag 7 work as Swagmaster as well, and UF just getting picked off left and right. What was, I think, a 3v5 has turned into a 2v3.
Making those lesser weapons sing, but UF is now running back towards the A site where Caesar lies in wait towards the emo.
Oh, I love this little gun juggle, just taking it further and further into USF controlled territory.
Try to get your homie that better gun.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't pick it up, but he finds Tenyo, and now it's 2v2, and a nice crossfire setup. That George's just backing off. No, it's just Sizer, but I feel like from how he's been performing today, if you wanted someone in this 1v2 clutch situation, it would be Caesar. That
being said, he doesn't have a kit, so he's got to be fast, and that little whiff right there does confirm presence towards ramp.
Yeah, and now they know exactly, both teams know where the other are, but Viffy's going to come out on top with just a better angle, cleaner sight line, and UF put a couple rounds together.
That is going to force USF back onto the save. Looks like Kronos is getting oh, more than just Kronos.
Dualies.
Listen, guys, 2 guns better than 1.
2 guns is better than 1.
And we got 6 here.
Actually, we got 8 across the entire team, but it doesn't matter. As a couple pistols, doesn't matter so much when you're facing down rifles, as the rush doesn't work, and those dualies are going the way of UF if they chose to pick it up.
It looks like USF was just like, okay, we're not winning this round. Just go mid, go die,
go next.
Yeah, let's just get our guns up.
Oh man, and they do have the cushion to be able to do that, to play how they want to, be a little more comfortable. But you know, you can't start letting UF string these together, as they have built up a pretty decent economy, have gotten that as well. So you won't be able to just put them onto force buys constantly, as USF not the cleanest buy, as you know there is a FAMAS for not a waffle and not full nades across the board.
The economic pressure is going to be on USF over here because of the money that they've built up. Regardless of if USF wins this round, they're still going to be able to full buy next. Of course, won't really matter. You'll still be facing down 15 rounds on the side of USF, but if you take down enough guns, USF will not be able to rebuy all their full utility, their full guns, and you might get the chance to just start stringing rounds together again.
Yeah, makes life that much more difficult.
Yeah.
As Kronos pushing up A ramp, doesn't find anyone, but might run into real quick and does get the headshot. And that opening pick goes the way of USF, working out. Ooh, and a nice dink onto Jimmers. Or looks like maybe it's just a chunk of damages. Swagmaster spots him, and ooh, nice trigger discipline. Find one, won't be able to find two, but at least got the ball rolling, and now Caesar on site. Gonna be that neighbor. Kronos gets caught off guard, but Jimmers won't be able to find anything. And not a waffle with the final kill.
And here's what I was talking about before. They're staring down that 15 rounds. They're gonna get their full buyout, but man, it is not gonna feel good. This is gonna have to be 9 rounds in a row from UF just to be able to pull it back to overtime. And I honestly don't think they're gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, it is a very tall order. And USF, again, not with the biggest buy, Galil and a FAMAS, but still rifles down. And even spraying through a flash, able to find dad shorts. And yo, here it comes. There's one, there's two. Looking for more. Will Viffy be number 3? Kronos finds Tales of Valor. It's all up to Viffy on this op 1v5. You need an ace solo clutch to make this one work. And it looks like that won't be it. A flawless round for USF Green to take this game 16-6.
That is a
or 16-5.
No, it was 16-6.
16-6? Okay, I was right the first time.
Yep, you got it the first time. But that was almost a it was just a masterclass put on by USF over there. Just it looked like, especially on the CT side, UF didn't really know what to do. They were continually force buying, so they're just continually not having the guns they need, not having the utility they need. And it looked like you had individual players kind of like half saving at times, especially like I saw Viffy a couple times, only like buying a D-gun armor when the rest of his team was full buying, when probably just in the hope he can get an op next round. But
again, you're in these staggered buys. It doesn't really work. No. And I mean, we saw the results. USF, they almost always had economic control. Whenever they fell behind, they let themselves save, and they brought it all back. And a nice start to this series. But of course, UF, they have 2 more rounds to try and, or 2 more maps to try and bounce back. So we'll see if they can do just that. But we'll go to a quick break before doing so. So everyone, you're going to want to stay tuned to see if USF can take the 2-0 sweep or if UF has something to answer back. And welcome back to this matchup between USF Green and UF Blue, as we saw a very dominant performance out of USF on Vertigo.
Yep, it seemed most of the time UF just really couldn't compete with what USF was throwing at them. Just they were always ahead of their utility or ahead of everything else.
And it looks like they're already back to that as we're getting into game, as we're going straight into pistol for Inferno as the second map. I believe this was UF's pick. We're still waiting on confirmation. But just based on everything, it would make sense on how they played on Vertigo.
Yeah. And it looks like they're starting off this pistol round with the the dualies on the side of Tenio and no kit on the side of USF. So they got to be careful if UF manages to get a bomb plant.
Yeah, is something to be wary of. But Kronos now here holding down the edge of Banana does manage to find one. And Swagmaster does go low. This is going to be tough to hold on to. Trying to stay alive, but gets caught in the crosshairs of Mish. Now spraying through the smoke. No one's able to find much. As, ooh, this Molly. A little bit. Ooh, some bullies coming into play. But immediately gets shut down as Viffy also takes down Caesar. It's all up to Not a Waffle. And a quick headshot as UF take the first round of this game.
This was a very nice pistol round for UF. Very good execute on there, even though they initially lose the man advantage to the player from Coffins, they do trade it back very quickly and keep those 2 players who are on site either isolated off site or just trapped in the dark.
Yeah, and that isolation does do quite a bit. Is now USF is on CT and UF is on T, so we'll get that fixed up in the overlay as quickly as possible. Again, as This does look like an early and aggressive push from UF, and ooh, might be able to catch one. Lacking is 10. Kronos not able to find anything, but Douche put Tales of Valor down quite low.
They're saving that HP, but it is just USPs on the side. So.
Ooh, and a nice little shot from Biffy, a quick little flick, but again, no armor, just USPs. You can't expect too much from USF. If anything, taking down a Galil here would be plenty.
They do almost manage to do that. They do take down the scout, but and the AK. All right.
So now with an AK in hand, Caesar and Swagmaster. So a couple strong players for USF, but they are of course on the opposite of the map. Looks like this might just be a hold on to these guns. They're sending.
Yeah.
Looks like to be Caesar to go up banana, maybe pick something off and save that AK.
Yeah, he's probably just going to try to catch one of these Galil players as they're going out, maybe, and he's probably hoping he'll be able to take one of them with him into the next round.
Yeah, that would be a huge boon to USF's economy, as UF playing this very, very well, very slow, nice and controlled, as, ooh, does look like...
He's pushing up.
Pushing up. Not sure if I agree with that one.
It's just a scout. They have a buy next round anyways. He doesn't...
That's true. I guess you don't even want to take it forward, so...
No.
Could have just been, hey, take something out, it works.
Yeah.
Can't, doesn't. Mish in the bomb range does wind up going down, and that's an unnecessary gun loss for the side of UF. I'm going to say, I will say, did not like their decision to keep the lowest health member the closest to the bomb.
Well, it's not the end of the world. They're still gonna get their guns out, and UF Spy is not perfect here. They do have to pick that save round, but it does mean they're lacking a little bit in terms of their utility over here.
Yeah, lacking in a little bit of utility. You're seeing Biffy and Mish, with still the Galils and Tales of Valor as well. So not full AKs, whereas USF and AK and 4M4s. So are operating with sort of the best firepower they have available, excluding the op, of course.
Looks like our players on B side are taking a pretty passive hold here. They're just playing on site. They don't want to fight these players top banana, and UF is taking advantage of that. They see control of the car area. Yeah,
taking a lot of space up towards car. As now this is just gonna be pulled back. I like this default approach from UF, not getting over aggressive. And first peak goes the way of USF. Not a waffle, able to find Jimmers. Now it looks like this might be some apartments pressure coming through, but again, still no commitment yet out of UF.
Yeah, but they don't really need to. It's they're in the disadvantage here, but they still have chances. They still have opportunities. They don't know this, but all the players on the A side are all towards that lane area, except for the one player who's I think is on the balcony. If they manage to smoke it off, they could very well isolate and just wrap around the site and catch a lot of those players off.
Yeah, but it looks like maybe they're gonna throw some util down A, and looks like the real hit is coming B, and there it is. It's just a delay. It's just a fake. And this is actually pulling a rotate out of Kronos. Tenyo gets caught by a double shot. Is able to find one back, and Swagmaster as well. And now Dad, George, and Biffy coming up banana. Kronos the only one on site. It's going to be a temporary 2v1 as he is hanging out back towards the Coffin's church area. Now 10 seconds left. Has to stop this plant, spraying, and is able to find it right through the Coffin. And looks like UF's sort of hesitance comes and bites them back.
Yep, they just took a little bit too long there, and they managed to get down to that 10 seconds. And if Kronos takes down the bomb there, and even if he dies, the round is still pretty much won. They're not really going to have time to plant unless they do it immediately as soon as getting it down.
Yeah, and this does force the full reset out of UF. They are back down to pistols, couple Tech 9s, and of course the Glocks and one Deagle.
Yep. Looks like they're just going for heavy apartment presence right here. Might just be looking for a Holes explosion. And Caesar's sitting on the other side of it, waiting for them to start pouring out of apartments.
Yeah, and smoke does get dropped. They do have a couple flashes, but Caesar with a nice molly to slow things down. Doesn't get extinguished. Actually, a double molly and a frag grenade. Yeah, lots of.
They know where they are. They know what this play is, and they're completely prepared for it.
That they are. The quick peek out. Do manage to take down Tenyo, and actually not a waffle as well. This could be a couple guns going the way of UF, and the fact is, managed to hold on, but Kronos finds the flank. Not able to get the kill onto Biffy now that he's got a rifle.
The adjustment just not there, and we got. It looks like the T's are in control of the arts position. Now they got a crossroads. They got to decide if they want to commit to this A site or if they want to just try to wrap around CT. Kind of looks like the bomb is still hanging around Arch, so it looks like they might just have this one. Looks like they're gonna be committing to the A site over here.
It looks like they're committing. Just want to clear out as many angles as possible, and I mean, this is a little dicey. It's 2v2 rifles in the hands of both teams, but of course, health very, very low. But it doesn't even matter when you land that headshot from Caesar.
There's no trade potential there. It's just he's taken down, and then now it's just the 2v1.
Yeah, and quick peek out. Both see each other, and now it's going to be a matter of if Caesar can find an advantageous peek. Viffy instead going to drop a smoke, and not sure exactly what that really accomplishes.
He can get the bomb down. I mean, he's choosing the fight here, but if he got the bomb down, at the very least it would have allowed the economy. But
oh, and now gets caught out by the rotate from Swagmaster. I'm going to say I like the idea of taking this as a 1v1 and trying to make it 2 separate 1v1s because you know that there's not another player on A site, but it was too slow.
Yep, no, just the timing was not working for him. He spent too much time on that site, just kind of indecisive of what to do. And when he finally decided, well, that player had already rotated over on the B site.
Just allowed time for USF to make it around, and even though you do get the kill on the one player on site, if there's someone else to take their place, then you haven't really done too much. As Kronos now with the op finds Jimmers, and now the Tech-9's racing up Banana.
Like they're trying their best to get to him quickly, but they're already smoked off and they're already out of there. They're back towards the site. They want nothing to do with those pistols at close range.
Yeah, and I mean, again, just finding your advantages, using your guns as intended. Honestly, I mean, I feel like too many people will just take their rifles, go for something close quarters because you can't spray and pray, but instead, Tenyo, again, using that range advantage over the Deagle.
And another fight towards middle doesn't go the way of UF and USF. In the 5v3 in this little eco that UF has.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to say the last round where I think it was also an eco for UF. It honestly brought back by quite a bit. They had some really nice pressure. And I mean, they turned it to actually taking down 3 USF members, but it doesn't look like USF is making the same mistakes to allow for that. And also a slower pace of play means it's a little easier for USF to find these picks.
Yeah. Looks like the final hit's gonna be coming over towards the B site, and they are just not ready for it. just walking out into that off. No flashes, not even jiggle peeking it.
Yeah, not even jiggle peeking as run out of bullets in the Tech-9. Gonna clean it up with the P250.
I saw Kronos go for that no scope there. He was trying to do it to him. It didn't work out, so he switches to P250. But I can at least respect the attempt.
Indeed, big respect. As again, USF, it feels like it's the same story as last game. First 2 rounds go the way of UF, and now USF gets a feel and start picking things up once guns get in their hands.
See if they can keep this momentum forward as this is the first full buy that UF is going to have with all the bells and whistles that they need.
Yeah, that it is. As able to get the opening pick on a Tenyo, that is a great start.
That Halls player was just isolated there. No potential for a trade from him.
Yeah, and Viffy does find Kronos, so Opdual goes the way of UF, and Valor was traded back. Now it's a 3v4. Actually, Swagmaster, I think, was the opper. No, picked up Kronos. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I made a mistake. I wasn't quite paying close enough attention as Caesar is able to find Jimmers. And now it's a 3v3. And again, UF, they're just in this position where they're so spread out that it feels like going for these duels, naturally, if you lose them, you're just going to fall behind, not going for these, structured peaks and trading off of each other.
Being said, USF does not have brackets control. Looks like a fight's going to go on there right now, actually, as he peeks out and drops the bomb and one more player. That is great from Caesar. And he saw the shots come out. They know where that last guy is.
Yeah, now you can just back up. You know that he's got bomb, and even if there is the long rotate coming through, you've got someone covering Banana. So it's complete control from USF and really funneling Mish forward and funnels him straight to Not a Waffle, but now it's just 6 HP. This is going to be a tough clutch.
He's going to get that bomb plant, and I think Caesar's just going to wait for his teammate, but it looks like he's got 5 HP on there, and yep, that peek out right there just seals the deal. It's another round for USF.
Indeed, it does seal the deal, and USF, they're continuing that momentum. They've got 4 rounds on the board now, and it's been 4 in a row again. And this is again just sort of giving me flashbacks to last map. Obviously, it doesn't feel as dominant with Caesar just walking into 3 and
having 21 kills by round 11.
Yeah, like it's nothing like that. It's a little more spread out.
Yeah.
Across the board. Everyone is doing what they need to do. Everyone's doing their job, but it's still just controlled.
Yep, that bomb plant UF does mean they get a buyout this round, and that they do manage to start it off strong, but Tony does manage to bring it back with that very nice op shot.
That he does is Flash goes down. Valor slowed down. Is going to push through this smoke, and no one on the other side for USF. Actually doesn't commit to it. And Swagmaster finds Mish. I was really hoping for the aggressive smoke push. I just want some decisiveness out of this UF roster. You know, it feels like they spend so long worrying about where they could be going, and then they wind up getting stuck and not being able to go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, they have to go retrieve this bomb now from T steps. As players are kind of spread out. They might be just going for the straight 2v2 up banana. As soon as they peek this corner, they got to be ready for this up. I mean, they're dropping flashes over. They might be ready for it.
Yeah.
Looks like the player's going back to set up that window flash for the peek into the banana. There it is.
Yeah, and that gets things started. Does get a good chunk of damage down, but the kills still go the way of USF. Swagmaster finding both. Guess they weren't ready for two off of that boost.
That flash means that Kronos misses his shot, but his player at Car is playing anti-flash and just cleans it up.
Yeah, absolutely. As now it's just that the Dad George Caesar already knows where he is, but does lose the duel. As 2 low members for USF, this is doable, but it's still very, very difficult.
Looks like he tried to fake the drop there, but this player's already outside there. They know he's still in there, and that option just confirms it.
And while one goes down, there's another to take its place, and 2 ops actually now for USF.
They got the double up setup now if they choose to use it.
I mean, considering they carried it over, I assume that they will.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah.
But
Tony, come on.
And the Mag 7 because we love that gun.
Honest, I mean, why not? I guess, but like.
I mean, if you're playing apartments, you can make a case for it, I guess.
Yeah, apartments. You got. I don't know if you know who Ponalone is, like pro player from NA. He just loves that thing. So many clips of him just playing in this exact spot, but like banana at half wall, just getting kills and then jumping up and like killing more people.
Yeah, I mean that's. I feel like that's why we watch Counter-Strike, and like moments like that are some of the reasons why we watch.
Yeah.
As they are just so much fun. They bring so much energy, so much hype, and honestly, I mean, there's a reason why this game continues to be watched, continues to be enjoyed and experienced by so many players, even as, 10 years old?
Yeah. Looks like they're going for the new box boost over here on the CT side. Got the one player going to take that op shot and then drop down afterwards, and just have to work out from the plays they want to make from there.
Absolutely. Again, this is, I think, just waiting on the execute. Now I like this a little bit better from UF. They're being decisive, and shot misses, so it means this Mac 10 can find some value. And now Kronos in a tough spot. The spray and pray works out, and Mish with a very, very good entry as UF gets control of B site.
4v3 post plant with an op on the side of USF.
Oh, that was scary. The Mag 7 almost finding one, but 2 kills go the way of USF, and now it's a 2v2 suddenly.
Yeah.
As Valor and Dad George, not with the best crossfire setup, does deny anyone walking up through banana, walking up through main, but still very, very tough. Is now not a waffle. We're running the Dad George, and the shots are there. It's all up to Caesar, and I like this setup. They're just waiting for that defuse kick, and the peek out. Tails of Valor finds the kill, and UF are able to slow down USF's momentum.
Yep, they finally do manage to get another round on the board, and that does do some damage to USF. They're gonna be a little bit weaker here, but I think UF is finally glad that they've broken their silence after the pistol round.
Yeah, it definitely feels good to get that first gun round on the board, and I think also in the way they did it, they got creative with what they had, and sometimes that's what you need is a lot of very quick flashes just coming out from UF. As USF, they're just going for this aggressive mid play, and they did find a couple kills, making this at least a little expensive. Caesar can find it. Oh my, it's actually a 1v1. I didn't even realize how close it was. But Jimmer's able to take that one down. That was way closer
than it should have been. It was like, I think like 3 5.7s, a deagle and a scout.
Yeah.
And it gets down to the 1v1.
And a rush down mid.
Yep. Yep, you saw that op player on the T side, like I think it was Biffy, just jump out, like go into like Mexico, and then he sees, oh crap, they're pushing me, and he's like, guys, help! And you see his player who's like lining up utility for banana. Is like, oh crap, I gotta come help now.
It just completely shut down what they planned, and I mean, good job onto USF. Does mean that UF has to fully rebuy. Don't have all of the util they want, but this is a big round as both teams are sort of scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to their buys.
Got that MP9 on the side of Waffle, but Looks like he's playing with it towards apps, but it's not. Might not come into any contention here because it looks like once again UF is just pressuring this B site.
And USF still with the standard, setup, one on by Coffins with the op and the other on site. This is across. It's so much utility that's being used, but nothing being done with it. And I don't know.
I think what they're attempting to just try to draw out a rotate, but it doesn't look like USF is buying it.
Yeah.
You still have those 3 players hanging around, and that rotator is in the arch position. He's just hanging around there. The USF is not biting.
Yeah, and I think the trouble is you need to see bodies to be committed and to be convinced. You need those shots fired onto your players. As now that the utility is actually getting dropped, got a feeling that USF is going to be able to sniff this one out, and flashes come down over apps. Ooh, not a waffle. They're not going to be ready for him here. Actually, Mish is preparing for that peek, but the spray is too quick out of the MP9. And now this does look like it is a commit towards the B site. And Kronos is aware, finds the first kill on the Vippy, and the boost works out for a moment for Swagmasters. Now it's a 1v1 on site. Kronos Molly off. Can't find the shots either. Now Bomb starting to tick down, is looking for the wall bang. Doesn't quite make it work. Valor, a victim to Kronos' op.
That's an excellent shot for him, and just getting those 2 there, that really secures the 3v2 for his team, which does get turned into a 2v2 here, and then quickly cleaned up by Tony. Excellent job by the B defenders there, especially Kronos. Managing just to get that extra player advantage for his team.
Yeah, absolutely, and that extra advantage goes a very long way as USF puts themselves up to 6 rounds. And okay, for a second I thought that maybe a timeout had gotten called, but no, both teams going to buy up here. USF stuck with a FAMAS, and what Swagmaster is going to have is going to be just the USP. Okay, no, it does have an M4.
They found it.
Okay.
They probably threw it to each other and just lost it for a second.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah, of course. It's
a very brave peek from Jimmers. No flash at all, and he gets punished for it.
Yeah, it does get punished. And now a lot of damage goes down and to both Tenyo and Mish, so USF and UF with a couple of weak members, but have to see how this goes. And ooh, nice kill from Valor. That does equalize the kill total.
Yeah, and that opens up the bracket position for UF, and you see their surge and control in there. That looks like that bomb might be grabbed now, might be committed towards that A site.
Does look like it is. UF again, they have all their resources and now pushed out towards mid. Should be this. Okay, it does look like they're committing. Now it's going to be a matter of how they execute. Flash does push back apartments, so that works out. But Tenyo able to find one, and Caesar from Cemetery able to get, or Graveyard, another, as Greensville doing what he can. Now Vippy looking for the plant, but wasn't ready for another on site.
Yeah, he was thinking he was still towards Moto on there, but nope. Makes a very wise decision just to reposition towards that Coldzera box, and they're just not ready for it.
Not at all. And again, USF, they're starting to string this together, but I like the fight back that we've been seeing from UF. They've been making adjustments. They've been changing up their strategy, and it's working.
They've been keeping it scrappy here. It's not been the complete washout that we saw on Vertigo. Some missed nades right there don't exactly work out in the side of USF, but once again, Jimmer's just pushing out with no supportive utility behind him. Just gets picked off by that off.
Yeah, and I don't know. It feels like UF, they're sending 1 or 2 members to be like, okay, go see if you can do anything. But if you wind up just losing a member for nothing, and it doesn't open up space on the map, it doesn't provide you a pick, then it's just losing a team member.
Yeah.
It's like you're playing a 4v5.
Yeah, but it's just once again they're just saying, no, Jimmer's go kill, but he's not killing anything. Yeah.
Maybe it worked on other teams, but not the Bulls. As just waiting out this smoke, it does still feel like a banana commitment.
Yeah, but USF knows this. They got 3 players towards this B site now, and then they're crossing over. Oh
no!
The flash just not there for them.
It's not there at all, and the spray there. And
that's a very wild spray. He does manage to get one at least, but
yes, does find one. Now before this, I believe the flash pops, or maybe Kronos found it off the flash. Valor able to get Tenyo, picks up the rifle, turns this into a 1v1. Does not have bomb control.
Kronos still has it. It looks like he's peeking over that smoke, so forced to fall off that position, but do have the op, and looks like he's trained in on his position right now. Yep.
And there you go, a clean kill from Kronos. as I mean, honestly, it has been. He was the highlight of that round with
Yep.
the 4K, obviously.
Yep.
But I feel like has just been such a solid anchor on this B site. Has been doing so much work finding these opening kills, and always doing it with support though.
Kronos had a lot of clean shots that round, but honestly, USF themselves as a whole did not have a clean round. They only had that one player alive, and it does mean that reinvestment is forced to come out. But they do get everything they need. They have all their tools. But let's see what they can do with them.
Yeah, we'll see if it's enough. It's now Jimmers. Ooh, nice anti-peak angle, but Kronos still finds 2, one with the nade, one with the Yop. And now Tenyo finds Valor on the rotate. Once again, another kill out of Apps as UF. They're playing scattered, they're playing separate, and it's working out for USF. But now actually Viffy just
very briefly has an open site. He could smoke off CT and then he could just get across.
Yeah, I feel like these nades should be the indicator, and does throw the smoke, drops the nade towards Church, and this is an open site, but USF they're gonna have 3 for this retake.
3v1, no utility on the for Viffy. Let's see what he can do.
We're gonna have to see, and does find Tenyo, but Caesar from the side. Able to get it. Not a side salad, but just from the side.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the defuse coming in for USF. Plenty of time, so no need to have Not a Waffle do it with the kit.
Yep, no stress. They do get it close down there, and if Viffy gets that kill, I feel like he gets that kill just a half a second sooner. He'll manage to just run into the CT, and from there he's got a really interesting way he can play that post plant. But just the rotators through Banana just too quick for him.
Yeah, and now UF taking their first timeout of this game. And I mean, we saw last time it worked out a little bit. They were able to, I think, get a little scrappier on Vertigo when they were pushing these timeouts. They were making things a little tighter. And so maybe this is, what they need to sort of reform up and get back in the game.
Yep, coach, get in here. We got to figure it out. Yep, hopefully they take this time just to rework their strategy. Just say, okay, guys, this almost worked here and here during this round and that round. So let's try to emulate it. Let's try to pull off the strategy that we talked about in scrims or whatever.
Yeah, definitely trying to just take some new approaches, and if they work, they will. Okay, that's an MP9 picked up, and the rifle's dropped, so that happened. Not sure what they're going to do with that, but...
Probably tapped out, didn't realize that he had a gun or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
I know that I used to have all of my buys bound to my number pad, so maybe he was just like tabbing back and
that's probably what happened. I mean, I've had that happen to me before because I have them all bound like that, so he's probably just touched 4 on his numpad or something.
Definitely is Valor able to get the first kill and supported by Dad Jorts, so a good start, and Jimmers as well, finally able to make these peaks happen.
That's the B side. They just after that timeout they saw how aggressive USF is being, and they just waited a little bit, and boom, they get the opening kills they need, and it looks like they're running towards this A site.
Yeah, and
they do have that player in Boiler who's coming up for that fast flank. They're not going to be ready for this.
I don't think they will be at all. This is going to be very, very interesting to see.
But it doesn't look like he was actually peaking in time, so...
Guess not. Oh, there's the kill first from Not a Waffle.
That was a trade. Just Tony in the... I was going to say 3v2 turns into a 2v1, but... He's very quickly cleaned up by Jimmers there. That was a nice round from Jimmers because his 2 teammates got the 2 kills on the B site, and he's in the perfect position right as USF is scrambling to rotate a player over to just catch one player out from the apartments and then fall back.
Yeah, great movement, great motions. And I mean, again, UF, they're making adjustments. They're keeping this competitive. And now USF, they have really a very, very scrappy buy for this last round. Scout, Deagles, they've done some magic with it before, and it looks like they're starting to again. Kronos finds one to start things off, and ooh, that missed shot gets returned with a quick kill. And now it does look like at least one rifle's picked up. Caesar might run into Valor here, though might not be ready as the peek out goes the way of Valor. Now it's just Swagmaster with that MP9.
MP9 and that Deagle, and it's not going to work out. Dallas Valor with a very nice headshot manages to close out the half 9-6 to the favor of USF. We had a nice resurgence a little bit, just those little spreads of rounds over the half. Let's see if they manage to pick up this pistol round coming up, because that will definitely set the scene for a comeback for UF.
Yeah, because I mean now you're at 9-6. Advantage USF, but nothing insurmountable.
No.
and you get 2 rounds off the pistol, the next suddenly 9-8, you're right there.
Yep. You get the pistol round, and if the next team decides to force up, then and you win that. That's 3 rounds right there.
Exactly.
Then you back up to 9-9, and if you win that gun round after that, it's the
momentum shifted completely.
Yep, exactly.
And I like this out of UF. They took another timeout before starting this half. They are really thinking back. I've got a feeling they were probably just thinking, like, what did USF do at the start of the last half? You know, when they were on T's side, how did they approach? And let's see how they adjust, as it does look like a couple lineups are coming in. Flashes go down banana, but
like UF
I know it's a decoy, I think.
No. That does have a little stack right there. And that little aggressive peek from Tales of Valor does manage to net him 1 player.
Yeah, and I like this. You know, they're finding ways to shut down the way that USF likes to play, which is a little fast, aggressive, and they tend to play together, but sometimes that first man goes into a position that isn't very tradable.
Mm-hmm. It's like they're beginning to execute onto this A site, but the rotators are already coming in. We already got 3 players on the site, and another one's coming on, and Viffy gets a very nice headshot onto them.
A nice start. Dad Jorts takes a second, but does manage to get Swagmasters. Now it's just a 2v5, and some scattered shots on site. Caesar having to swap guns, and now Mish is going to finish things off. Yep. And a very nice opening round from UF.
That 4v1 right there. You just saw Caesar looking around like, oh, where do I look? Where do I look? Where do I look? And it's just he's just getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, and that happens, of course, you know, when you're in these kind of pistol rounds, and we are seeing the force up, of course, from UF, and do have a FAMAS and an M4, so some pretty heavy investments that you do not want to lose, but the MP9s as well, you know, pretty standard, and this Scout is just going to start taking pot shots down mid.
Yeah, but it hits like an op, because they don't have any armor at this point, so...
It's an op that moves really, really quickly, which is
nice. A better op.
Better op. Scout confirmed better op. You heard it here first.
Yeah, just hit your shots for it.
Yeah, just hit your headshots, dude. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
As Valor is able to get that spray through the smoke, and with just 2 members left and a set of dualies, USF are going to try and do a little bit of damage, but honestly, UF, they're playing this very cleanly and nice and controlled.
But just Viffy hanging out there. Does get dinked by those dualies. He was asleep at the wheel there for a second, but he does recover. He does recover.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it happens to me sometimes. You zone out a little bit while you're scoped in.
Or you're just staring at your mini-map.
Yeah, you're just staring at the mini-map, and Jimmers is going to be staring down Tenyo's dead body as UF. We talked about it. They're good on pistols. They're good at taking the round after, and now they've gotten things to 1 round.
Yep. Now here comes the... USF didn't decide to go for the force after that, so they're going to have the... They're gonna have a stronger buy than they would have had otherwise. So they have the 4 AKs with the 1 Mac 10 on Waffle. It's gonna be the utility man for this.
Yeah, and I mean Waffle does love the the SMGs as we've seen, and is just running straight out mid with a Mac 10. Not sure if I would recommend that in your ranked games, but certainly has the support. And never mind as he runs straight into Viffy's off.
Yep, all right. It was brave.
It was brave. A brave soldier, if you will. As now Mish is going to slow anyone else and deter them from coming mid. Caesar did get heard, so that's going to make things much more difficult to push out. And now USF with just 3 members. Make it 2. Make it almost
make it 1.
Now it's make it 1. The 3 frag comes in, and the op shot onto Kronos finishes the round, and there we are, 9-9.
9-9. They're tied it up, and USF is on another save here. So it looks like UF is in a very good position to bring it back to the 9-10 scoreline that they want.
Yeah, get themselves ahead would be, I think, their first lead outside of pistols, really, this game.
Yep.
As the only other leads they've held are the first 2 rounds of both games, but I don't really count that as a lead because you haven't gotten into the gun rounds.
Yeah. It's like this. They're very going very fast towards this mid here. Maybe you're going to try to catch off a player.
Yeah, I don't hate this, but I feel like Kronos is maybe stepping forward a little too early and find the peak, and a couple players do get traded down.
They've lost mid control while they're doing this now. Now it's just Tony with that recovered M4 in the cubby position toward Arch, but
does have light armor as well, so a little bit to work with. And smoke, but does just get swung out by Valor off the flash, and another good round over to UF. Did lose a couple members, but nothing they can't recoup.
They still have their op. They still have their AKs. They're happy with that. And now the full investment is going to come out for USF. They're going to get that op out in the hands of Kronos. Everyone else gets all the rifles they need. They're not going to have any Mac 10s this time.
No MP9's mistakenly bought either because it can't do it on T side.
Yep.
But regardless, smoke does get dropped, so it does appear that
Aggro mid. And
aggro
it's a one for one trade. So.
But damage down onto Viffy from the frag grenade, so at the very least there is that advantage to USF.
Yep.
Now everyone towards Banana, clearing out half wall first.
They're gonna have heard that player burning at sandbags. They know someone is close there, and they're flashing him. That Molotov goes into the smoke, does nothing. They're applying a lot of heavy pressure to the site right now, and it looks like they got the op of Viffy just watching the cross.
Yeah, is just watching the cross. Is now Tenyo is the first one trying to enter site alongside. Not a waffle, and Protoss does get the refrag, but Dad George finds another one, and now Tenyo very, very low, as Valor did make the rotate. And
that's the bomb dropped at the feet of the CTs.
That it is, and it's another round going the way of UF as they continue to strike forward, have some momentum, and honestly, I would not hate a USF timeout here.
Nope, and actually, this is the UF timeout right here.
Yeah.
Counter-terrorist, all right.
I mean, and I like this as well. You know, you get 4 timeouts in Counter-Strike, so it's a lot.
Might as well use them, yeah.
So might as well use them. And this is a good time, I think, because a lot of times players and teams and even spectators will just be like, do it when you're falling behind, when something isn't working. But you still have to do it while things are working, because there may be little details that you need to iron out or some greater advantages that you can keep pushing your lead.
Yep. Yep. This round, UF is just going to have another weaker buy. Just those pistols and those scouts again. Just kind of, if they can take down 2 or 3 players, I think they'll be happy with this round.
Yeah, I think they'll be very happy, but they do have to remember Viffy does have that off. Op will be patrolling mid. So I really don't want to see any just raw peeks towards mid. And actually, Viffy
We
does.
say patrolling mid, but he's switching it up a bit.
I was hoping he would patrol mid. I thought it'd be fun, but it does just get that pick onto Banana. Not a waffle goes down, but this does tell USF that that Op isn't in a position to punish their pressure towards A.
Got a player very aggro on Banana right now. Look at that. He's pushed all the way down, almost in T steps. He's going to be ready. Just if USF commits here, he's going to be ready for this fast flank.
Yeah, I think that was Jimmers, and now Viffy did rotate back, finds the cross, shuts it down as Swagmaster is sent to the gray screen. Now everyone else just maybe looking for an avenue out of apartments. I'm going to use the smoke for that, but again, it's just not too much they can do with these Tech 9s and a Deagle. Flash doesn't go anywhere, and Viffy with some pot shots finds 1, looks for 2, make it 3, and Dad Jorts is going to find that one.
They couldn't even hurt anyone. That was 0 points of damage done by USF. Full, just everyone, all the CTs are laughing all the way home. They don't even have to stop by the infirmary.
Yeah, and I just realized that Dad Jorts stole Viffy's ace, so bad teammate Dad
All right,
Jorts.
kick him. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
You're off the team.
Oh, no, but, I mean, honestly, great performance from Viffy, playing calm, cool, and collected on the op. Now going to have to see, again, this is a full gun round, but not a waffle, already gone very low, gotten chunked out by that first frag grenade.
Just throwing all their util down Banana fast, but they do have the 3 players sitting up by the car position, so if USF tries anything aggro there, they're going to run into a lot of firepower.
And now it's Swagmaster and Valor. Swagmaster comes out on top, and a nice start for USF. And now this is tough because again, there's been no real commitment, and if USF knew that the only one really holding A site was Viffy on this tight apartments angle, maybe they would approach this a little differently. But now some retreats.
Looks like instead they're slowly working their way towards B, and it could work here. They have the a player rotating off right now, so actually they're going to hear this player in the speedway going, so they know there's probably only one person here.
Yeah, and I expect them to probably molly out coffins and get a smoke down.
There goes that coffin smoke. Probably CT smoke going to come in soon.
This is going to force the rotate back, but Jimmers, again, too little, too
late.
Oh, spray through.
Gap.
Yeah, that big gap. I didn't even notice it as a kill that really didn't need to be lost. Goes in favor of UF as it's a 4v4 for the retake, but still plenty of utility available for at least USF. UF, not so much. They're going to have to win these gunfights out, but a lot of flashes for USF to work with.
Yep, there's no util on the side of UF though, but is this 4v4 retake? But USF does have that unseen 5th player, that clock ticking.
Absolutely, they do, and Viffy finds a kill, and oh, nice peek out from Caesar to make that one work. And now it's just a 2v1. Viffy likely going to hold on to this op, or Might still go for it.
Everyone's dying right here. Oh.
Yeah, it does look like it. Not a waffle. Certainly going to go down. Tenyo running. Actually.
Saved by the clock.
Saved by the clock. That 15 member you brought. Or 16 member, I guess.
Yep.
As it does work out for them, that bomb doesn't explode and take them out. And now USF able to slow down UF's momentum.
Once again, they start with these 3 players towards B, including their op. So it looks like they're probably going to go for an early peek down banana. Whether or not they get anything is something to be seen.
Doesn't look like it.
Yep, they're already smoked off, so it looks like they're just falling back quickly.
Yeah, and Viffy burned quite a bit, you know, down to 36.
He was just sitting in that car molly, hoping someone was going to peek him, but no one did. So he eventually has to get out of there. So
yeah,
looks like he's going back towards that arch side now.
This is going to be a
interesting for USF. They got 3 players here, but there's 2 of them towards the brackets right now. One on site, probably watching that balcony.
Now Kronos may be looking to pick off anyone who gets over aggressive by banana. Might not be ready for Jimmers on the boost though. If he gets smoked off, put some nice timing to find waffle. As that's not good, but better shot from Tenyo. As Mish did use that MP9, found quite a bit of value, and now Viffy finds Swagmaster on the drop. Legs Tenyo, and that's surely going to be the end of this round. 4%, and it doesn't even matter as the op will take you down. UF immediately answers back, and the reset comes through.
It feels like Viffy has been really crucial to UF's success over here on the CT side. He's 26 and 14 right now. He's doing excellent on that op. He's getting a lot of times he's just getting that opening pick for his team and just letting them snowball off it.
Yeah, and I mean sometimes all you need is that opening pick. We saw Caesar was that for USF on Vertigo, and then Kronos, you know, as the CT during the second half started to pick up that role, and now Viffy has taken it in stride and is doing just so much for this Gator roster. And there again, opening pick.
Another smoke shot this time. No chance of a trade.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Viffy's doing it. You know, those smoke shots are absolutely insane. As Mish finds Caesar.
Well, he's clearly cheating, of course. That's the only explanation.
Oh, of course. You know,
no, obviously not. But.
Yeah, it's like in the sanctioned league with anti-cheat involved and everything. Like,
yeah.
Oh no, he's scripting. He's cheating. He's doing all that jazz.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Ban him.
Quickly, Vacman.
Yeah, oh man, those are the old days. The olden days when I had to register my phone number for making a crime.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm just thinking back to just the good old days.
The good old days when CS was slightly more scuffed than it is right now. It looks like the execute's coming out into the B site for US. Oh, that's a very nice shot from Tonio.
Not able to find much more, and
actually the team kill from Waffle on the Tonio. That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, and it's just Swagmaster with this M4, so. Might be able to do something miraculous, but from up there, easy target for Mish, and UF putting themselves near match point.
All right. USF with another bye coming out, while USF's economy is still looking very, very flush right now. It's going to take at least 2 rounds to break it right now.
Yeah, it's going to have to be some real perfect play out of USF. I'm honestly a little surprised that they haven't taken a timeout just to sort of rethink some of their approach. Maybe they're just doing sort of all those little timeout things in between rounds and during their setup.
Yeah,
but still, feels like UF has started to figure them out.
Just a little bit. Once again, we got a player. Once again, we have these 2 players. They're doing the same thing again. They're getting that banana control, and they're pushing the Jimmers down into this corner. I think he was in logs before. Now he's here into Broom, and they're just sending 4 players to stack the A site. And once again, USF is towards this A site.
Yeah, and they're just not prepared, and we'll see if they'll be prepared, as Jimmers could get a really nasty flank out if he finds the timing. Patience on both sides to start is. I say that, Mish pushes into apartments and gets completely shut down, and this is going to trigger the execute from the side of USF. Viffy already flashed down, and there's the key player to take out. As the op is gone, Valor, though, looking to pick it up, finds 2, looking for more, spraying through the smoke, finds 3! And now Kronos with the shutdown will slow things up, and now spray through the barrels, finds Jimmers, and USF put a round on the board.
USF has finally silenced that streak from UF. They've gotten up to 11-14 now. UF is still gonna have another bye here, so USF is not out of the woods by any means necessary, but they still have a chance right here.
Absolutely. I mean, again, we still haven't even made it to match point. They can still win outright if they were to win every round following. But again, UF, they have really come alive, I feel, after their first time out and have just continued that spree. But USF changing the pace, doing a few things differently. Now it looks like they're actually doing an anti-banana push. Just
again, they're trying to get Jimmers in here, but he's alone, and they're already rotated off, so there's no potential for a trade there. That op is coming in onto site now, but USF has banana control.
Yeah, I really like that adjustment from USF. You know, throwing a member up banana, making it so that they can't get banana control, and UF is just left with that much less information as they, you know, can cut up the map, see where USF has to be. And now Valor going to throw that smoke. Does tell Caesar where he is, and the molly very well placed, but still loses. Oh, peek out from Swagmaster gets immediately traded as it's a 3v3. Looks like USF trying to come onto this A side. Only one member here, but they don't know that.
Valor's stuck in the pit, but it does look like another player over towards Arch, and they're just pivoting. They want nothing to do with it. They know they've gotten a rotate over, so they're just going straight toward this site. But here's where Viffy lies. This is his domain. He's got that op over at New Box, and they're starting their smokes, their throws, all the crap.
Yeah, they're doing everything. They know where he is over by New Box, and there it is. Nade drop, but a better shot as Viffy's still alive. Finds another, looking for more in this 3v1 turned into a 1v1. It's op v op, and the rotates are coming through. Looks like Tenyo might be able to find it. Misses the shot. And oh, this is tight. Viffy with the 1v3 brings it to match point for UF.
Once again, Viffy is just the player who's been he's dragging his team. I feel like it's him and Mish who are doing a lot of the dragging of the.
But I mean, you look across the scoreboard and there's no one who's like standing out. Like this person is underperforming.
Yeah, I guess.
You know.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Like everyone's still in the double digits. Tails of Valor at 20, Mish, you know, 25, 26.
It was 22, I think.
22. Okay. Not quite as much as I was giving credit for, but still, you know, everyone is doing what they need to do. And now USF, they're forced to, you know, just completely buy up. And here comes the aggression. Here comes the spray and pray. Swagmaster finds one, and oof, what a nice start to the round on that MAC-10.
Yeah, they were just not ready for that at all. There's just the full W key out there, and you saw the player just walking, shifting, and Hall is walking. We're not ready for that player just full sprint in there.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes that change of pace does work out. Waffle on the other side of this smoke doesn't get peeked.
They're very confident in Jimmers and holding this position. They've done it like actually every single round since, like, I don't know, maybe since I won the pistol round.
Yeah.
It's like they're finally rotating a player back over towards that B side. It's the op of Viffy, but it doesn't look like he knows that the goal of USF is the A side here.
Yeah. Must not, as again, here's the standard smoke, here's the flash, here's the rest of the execute is Waffle able to get I believe that's a smoke towards library, as now Valor going crazy on site, finds 3, I believe, throughout it all, puts not a Waffle to just 1 HP, Swagmaster at 20, so Viffy and Jimmers, it's a 2v2, but if they land any shot, it is a kill, and Jimmers is going to find one here. Actually doesn't quite. Light goes down. There's the kill for Jimmers. It's all up to Swagmaster. 2v1, lose the round, lose the matches. There's the kill, and there's the clutch up. UF showing they've got gas in the tank, forcing a game 3.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's UF taking their map pick of Inferno. And now we go on to Mirage. See this decider, see where this ends up.
Yeah, we are gonna have to see, as we are moving towards Mirage, sometimes called the sweatiest map in CSGO.
Yeah, it's the Pugger's paradise, yeah.
Yes, indeed. As, again, UF, they made some adjustments. They started changing things up, and we saw USF try to react, but it just felt like too little too late.
Yep. Just I feel like that early banana control that UF took almost every single round. Their CT side really locked USF out from any avenue of really attack, because they just had that player. They always had the info that no one is banana, so we can just throw 4 guys over towards A, and when you have 4 guys on A, it's
tough.
Yeah,
it's really tough.
It's near impossible to push that site, especially when you got 4 guys, M4s with the M4s or AKs or the ops and all the utility in the world that they want. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck indeed. And UF, to their credit, were able to get a game win out of it. But now we're going to have to see if USF can strike back or if UF can carry this momentum forward, as we'll be back very, very soon with Game 3 for this deciding of the series. And welcome back as we're about to get into Game 3 of USF Green versus UF Blue in NACE, I believe, Challenger Division. As this has been a pretty great series. Both teams, I mean, we saw dominant USF in Game 1. We saw UF find some answers in Game 2. And now we're gonna have to see what Game 3 has in store.
It looks like UF won the knife round, so they're starting over on the CT side of this. Well, USF looks like they're just going for these very fast A exec with these smokes. Yeah, it does look like UF has 4 players towards the site. One over here, and one making their way towards CT right now. So
yeah, we're gonna have to see one out of jungle taking a quick kill, and now the frags are gonna fall as Viffy once again. X-Factor already finding 2, Tenyo doing what he can, and now stuck in a 1v3 with just a Glock to work with and a flash. But Jimmers is on the flank. Don't know if Tenyo will be able to hear him as finds the open shot, gets the headshot, and UF, once again, continuing the streak of taking the pistol round.
It's a nice performance by UF over there. They managed to deny the bomb plant, too. So UF, they're not going to be able to force up those AKs or Galils if they wanted to this round. So, looks like looks like USF just choosing to opt for the save again, whereas UF is going for their almost full buy. They got the 2 FAMASs.
Yeah, and ooh, Viffy. Again, just a menace with these snipers, finding so much damage onto USF. Kronos already going low, and another one on a Swag Master as Tenyo is able to find Dad George, but still not too much. Oh, Kronos on the Deagle does actually push this into USF's favor somehow. And now Caesar has the scout, gets some good damage onto Valor.
All right, this is interesting. This is interesting. Valor's boosted up over here on top of the cabinets in case they decide to push through spawn to B, but it doesn't look like USF is going that way. They've abandoned the jungle position. I said that. I thought they did. No, they're still there.
Still there, but not doing a ton. And ooh, Kronos might be in a good position to spot out Jimmers once he peeks up, but spray down will come in his favor. As we're back to a 3v3, couple guns on both sides. Tenyo did manage to pick up a FAMAS.
Looks like that push out by Jimmers, though it does net a kill, it does dissuade them away from the B site, which is the danger site because you got the 2 players there, and whereas you just got the 1 player of Valor over there hanging out towards ramp on A.
Yeah.
They're just waiting to group up here before they push out onto this site.
And it looks like Mish is going to be under a lot of pressure here back towards ramp, and oof, this is going to be tough to pull off as now USF get on site, are going for the bomb plant, go as open as they dare. And now Mish is going to peek out. He's got 40 seconds on the clock, and quick kill on a Swag Match to get things started, but Tenyo with the FAMAS looking for this duel, wants it, doesn't find it, 6 HP left, and it's all up to Caesar. Seen him do some crazy things in these situations, but just a scout to work with. Not much that you can really do. Does manage to find 1. This does deny the defuse to start, but tries to get over the smoke. Valor will say thank you very much. And UF once again taking the 2nd round.
That was a little bit closer than I think UF would have liked, and that bomb plant from USF does mean they're gonna have a much stronger buy than they would have had otherwise. So I would look to see USF try to leverage this extra utility that they have into this round. Maybe go for some mid control.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I mean, you know that they can't have an op here, so Viffy won't be that absolute menace on the map. So that's something to think about, but NACE just going to go for the aggressive route, finds Kronos, sort of default, and Jimmers as well. Does get shut down, but some nice damage onto both Tenyo and Waffle. Frags are coming through, and all going the way of UF Blue.
Looks like UF, I was talking about taking mid-aggression. Honestly, UF did it more than USF did. They were trying to go for it, but they kind of hung around the B apps area a little bit longer than Shield.
They charged up, and that Molly is going to push Caesar up, and Valor is going to get that kill with the Molly. Now USF, I think this is the first time that they haven't won the gun round following UF taking those first 2. So,
yep. UF is in position here to start pushing some rounds together, especially with that off in the hands of Viffy.
Most certainly, as a lot of utility getting thrown down by UF, just trying to, I think, dissuade any faster strategies employed by USF, and indeed it is pushing Waffle a little further back. Actually, does just go to pick up an extra flash.
Looks like once again they're lining up the U2 for this A hit, trying to maybe just see if they get a few kills in a bomb plant, or that'd be golden for USF.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for is smokes getting thrown down by both squads, and it does look like USF are going to be on the receiving end of some nasty AK fire, and an off as well. They'd be able to pick that one up as Waffle was able to get one kill, and Tenyo as well.
Nice shot.
But it doesn't matter too much more as Viffy enabled with an op. One of the scariest things I can think of.
It's definitely one of USF's nightmares right now. Yep, but their buy comes out. Kronos can get that op if he so desires. Actually, looks like Tony's getting it over here on Mirage.
Interesting. So a different approach, putting Tenyo onto the opping role for this map. So gonna have to see how that works out. Now, first kill goes the way of USF. So nice start, but Jimmer's gonna take down Swagmaster to get the equalizer.
Both teams seem really keen on doing stuff towards mid right now, especially the CT side. They've been pushing like 3 or 4 players towards here almost every single round. Looks like Kronos almost caught out Jimmers on the bench position there, but he does manage to skirt away and just keep himself alive with 48 HP.
Yeah, is still standing, gonna try and anchor this site. Waiting on rotates, actually Viffy there as well from Market. And this dynamic duo able to find 2 kills and the bomb, gonna make life very, very difficult for USF.
Dropped to the foot of the balcony by Waffle as he falls. Looks like it's just Tony. He sensed that flank coming in there, but it's still a 2v3 with bomb possession in the CTs right now, and an op trained in their position from the bench onto short.
Yeah, and with just 2 flashes and a molly, there's no smoke to really buy that space, and you're just gonna have to hope that you can maybe get a pop flash into a quick kill, but this is a very difficult position, and Caesar already going low, and Viffy finds the kill. Now Tenyo trying to find something, but the peek out from Jimmers just in time. As this is a 5-0 lead for UF.
Yep, and with that op, they get that double op delivered over to the CT side, which on Mirage can be very dangerous. Once again,
absolutely
we're getting this force out from the side of USF. We got a couple AKs, a Galil, and a scout in the hands of Waffle.
Yeah, I don't hate this force up, but I can't say that I especially like it. For that reason right there. You just can't contest an op with a scout.
He's not dead yet. Yeah.
Not. He's got 8 health.
Yeah, he might be...
Some life support.
Yeah.
But still breathing, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, and USF is taking this very heavy lean towards A side, whereas UF is just still hanging around towards mid. They got the 3 players there who are coming in quickly rotating as they catch out Mish out there. Unexpected. I don't think he expected them just push out like that.
I don't think so either. His first kill for
bad jorts, yeah.
Yeah, and now Viffy looking to play CT, still smoked off, but it's even a miss from Jimmers, but not a miss on the second peak. As again, it's a 3v3. Kills getting traded, but a nice start. Gets caught out from pushing too far forward. Now these AKs might be able to do some damage at close range. Finds one. Now it's a 1v1. Tony and Viffy
they're all dancing around that triple
they're
box.
dancing around the box, but the quick scope from Viffy finds it onto Tenyo as they're able to figure it out. And even though there's no kit, I believe this bomb will still get defused.
They just barely got it. If he's 1 second late there, he doesn't get that.
Yeah, like half a second even. I mean, that was very, very tight, and Viffy once again clutching it out. Unfortunate for Tenyo that he's not able to get the
for an extra half second. That's where you just like punch yourself in the shoulder.
Yeah,
like, oh man,
I could have stalled for another half second.
Yeah.
I could have maybe taken another approach, and we're seeing a UF timeout. So again, I've really liked the way that UF has used their timeouts. They have continued to just, even when they're ahead or when it's a very close situation, when tensions are riding high, they slow things down and reset.
Yep, they're reading these situations. They're adapting to them. UF is in an interesting position here because with that bomb plant, they could get another buyout. They could get another op out if they so desired. And it looks like they do. So it looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, they are opting for the buy up here again. Decent utility actually across the board. It's a good buy.
It's a solid buy. They're only missing a little bit, but honestly, it's not anything too crucial. I'd hope.
Yeah, it's a couple flashes, but honestly, sometimes you can make do without if you can make the space otherwise. If you can use those smokes, use those mollies, as now Mish is going to find a dome of Kronos, and that is not a pick that USF wants to give away early.
One interesting thing I know about, especially on Mirage, was Volus. Volus, a player who's not here right now on the main roster. He was always like just a big beast, especially on the A side for UF, just pulling out so much, all the stops, and many times and winning so many clutches. It's kind of gonna be interesting to see how how Caesar slots into that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if he can fill that role. But Viffy, being that same stalwart defender, just completely crushing it. On the A side now, in connector does peek into Waffle, and Waffle is quicker.
Nice little quick scope by
There's a nice smoke in heaven.
Yeah, nice smoke into the window there.
Not the best molly. That gets extinguished immediately after, but you know, happens to the best of us. As now it's a 3v3. USF still unsure where to go.
Yeah, they're all just kind of hanging around towards mid, and they don't know this, but they've drawn that rotate off the B side. He's hanging out around in the market. Starting to go back now, but they've just gone up cat.
One ticket, one jungle, and it feels like USF is in the jungle and getting shot from all sides. So now, once again, Tenyo in this 1v2 clutch situation finds the first kill on Valor. Now it looks like he is going to stick the plant. Doesn't draw anything out of Dad Jorts. And he has to know that he's here, but...
Dad Jorts, he's just playing him. He
Dad Jorts.
He feels like he has to make a play, but...
Ooh, that drop could be crucial, and Dad Jorts barely finds it.
Shot's not quite there for Tony, as Dad Jorts managed to secure the 7th round for UF. They've made these last 2 rounds extremely close, but once again, it's just they're just that last hurdle is not there for them.
Yeah, close doesn't quite cut it.
Yep.
As again, you know, we're not seeing this huge discrepancy in economy between the two teams because, you know, these have been scrappy games. The only one with a really sizable bank for UF is Viffy. And for USF, everyone's been buying down every round and they've been getting guns. They've been making it work. They've been keeping it close, but...
That max loss bonus and the bomb plants they've been getting has been enabling these buys to keep coming back.
Yeah.
But it's just that they've made it close, but it's just that always that one last hurdle is just they can't quite clear it.
Yeah, and lose some awkward spots, but Caesar is able to find that first kill. Nice entry, but the molly doing so much work, burning down USF.
Dividing their team in half is having just stuck all apartments. And Viffy hitting a sick 2K right there. Wow, Jimmers cleans up with the last 2. Once again, it's 8 rounds to 0 for UF.
Yeah, and USF just struggling for answers, it feels. Now you'd have to win every single round just to have a decent, you know, score line, get to that 8-7. I mean, it's not impossible, but certainly with the way UF is playing and with this, you know, save, USF need to find something different. Jump out of Palace isn't going to be it as Jimmers punishes and the shots go wide.
Yeah, Kronos' bullets not quite connecting there. Now it's just the 3v5, the lesser weapons.
Yeah. As Caesar, though, gets it started with 1, looks for more, can't quite get the kill. Smish with just 18 HP. Could be taken down here by Tenyo. Does find the shot, looks for more, forces Viffy back. Now 2v3, but again, still that gun discrepancy is massive. He gets chunked again, but full peek out. Going to crush USF is now a 9-round lead for the side of the Gators.
If you're the Bulls, this is getting a little bit dire in situations. You know you've got to start stringing these rounds together or else you're not even going to have really a chance on the CT side.
This is certainly reminding me of Vertigo, except at least UF had 2
Pistol
rounds.
Yeah, they had the pistol and the conversion, but... USF isn't even having that luxury.
Yeah. Don't even have that little, you know, I guess cushion to play with.
Yeah.
But now they're going for double op, and we're going to have to see if maybe this is the change that they need. Not sure, though, because some of the trouble is it is quite slow. It relies on aggression, and right there it seems that USF's aggression is shut down.
They're just not ready for these players to be coming out of the cap so much.
And Viffy, I don't think anyone's ready for him. Although
he gets double tagged by the scout or the op through the wall, but still living. He's still breathing.
When Jimmer's just taking him down on top of mid is now it's all up to Kronos. Gonna have to pull off a 1v3 4K to make this one work again, and it's just a little confused at times with the exact direction that USF is going on some of these approaches. And honestly, I would like to see a timeout, slow things down, think out your next round, and give it all you got, because obviously whatever is going on isn't working.
Just that Viffy is just playing with him over in the window there, just jiggle peeking him, trying to get a shot off. She does get there.
Ooh, and
just stuck in the mid there. Looks like we have a player disconnect.
Yeah, it looks like Not a Waffle is disconnected. Maybe that could be some of the root of USF's issues, if maybe the server wasn't great for them.
Hopefully it's just something that'll get fixed soon, but...
Yeah. Some noise being made by Kronos as, again, clock's ticking down. Not much time left, honestly, in this position. I'd say get as safe as you can. Save the op.
It's either save or die at this point.
Yeah, it's either save or die. Pushes forward, gets the no-scope, but there's the crossfire.
Yep. And UF managed to keep their double up with that recovered one from Kronos, and now we just got to wait for Waffle to reconnect, I guess.
Yeah, looks like we are going to... This is a timeout to start things off. So this does feel like, though, it's buying time for Waffle to reconnect.
Yeah, it is.
So we're going to see, if that provides enough time, but otherwise I would still like to see USF, just restructure, start thinking about things, as disconnect still not coming through. It'd be really unfortunate if, there was just an internet issue or something along those lines, but it does happen. It's the nature of online competition.
Yeah. I will say this. I know not so much Waffle, but I know, like, I'm on the same team as I'm on the same main team as Caesar. I remember our first match of the season. We get in there. It's like we're waiting. We're sitting in the lobby in the warm up, waiting for everyone to get in. Caesar's computer crashes with 40 seconds left to connect.
Oh my goodness!
And he gets in like 2 seconds after the timer counted down. So we didn't ready up, and we almost had to forfeit our first match of the season.
Oof!
But luckily we had the admins there, and the other team were cool with it. So.
Okay, that's good, because sometimes when there's that stickler for the rules, it can be a little...
Speaking about the other team, they're being cool. It looks like the enemy team is throwing in a timeout too, which
that is nice.
That's nice. Yeah,
that is great to see.
You love to see that.
Yeah, that is really great to see that they're just trying to buy as much time as possible, because it might have been a computer crash. It could have been an internet issue. I mean, if it is an internet issue, that might not be fixable, because router restarts take more than 5 minutes.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
He's back. So that's good after this last timeout from UF. Should get back in the swing of things, but again, I do hope that USF took some time to, beyond just waiting for Waffle to figure out their plan of attack moving forward, because with this save, it's looking very likely that UF is going to get at least 11 rounds, and if they can find 4 back, that's a start.
It's at the very least like a nice little cushion to have. But
it's something to work with.
Yes. That flash goes too short, doesn't blind anyone in the ramp right there. So Kronos manages to pick off Mish, and USF they're exploding off that. They're just pushing out into the site, starting to scale up.
And I like this, taking advantage of that over-aggression. They have that gun, but the M4 gets shut down. Viffy finds Waffle as well. Now it's back to pistols again for USF, but they have found the plant. So again, just shots going left and right the way of UF, and this was still a save, so a plant's all you really ask for.
Yep. It was good of USF to be able to get out there, get that bomb down. It means they have everything they need for this round. So if they can get this round, it'll at very least hopefully set them up for that 11-4, which is what they're all crossing their fingers for.
Yeah, and they are once again going for the double up setup. If they are going for this, I don't want to see them just face roll into mid.
Yeah.
I'd like to see maybe more of a default setup, send someone Palace, perhaps.
We got a triple setup up. Okay.
Oh, triple op. Now that is interesting.
And I don't really love it.
Yeah, and it's
that was good teamwork from the side of UF to throw that flash out, and it just walks out.
Yeah. No.
Now they know there's 2 ops, and they know there's at least one more. But
I don't think anyone was ready for the 3, and Tenyo just gets swung on by Dad Jorts, as it feels like UF are just getting more and more confident the longer this game goes on.
Just kind of getting shut down, and that player under Balk is going to hear Kronos running away. Might call it to his teammate that he's rotating, but
yeah,
looks like he's pushed through the Palace. He's in there. This is going to shut down anything USF has tried.
Yeah, it could be.
He's going all the way. He's not waiting for the post plant. He wants the round now.
I like that, and Kronos does find Viffy though, so that's a good start. And now actually the push up did come through for Caesar, and Valor mid with the op is able to find Waffle. It's just 2 left standing. Caesar swaps over to that AK.
And USF do have an open sight here for the moment to get that bomb down, but they're going to be flanked from ramp very quickly, and they are not prepared for it. Both players are looking towards the CT position.
And Dad Jorts is trying to find something. Oh no, and Kronos looking the wrong way gets picked off. And now it's all up to Caesar. We've seen some of these crazy 1v3s. We saw it on Vertigo. Can we see it on Mirage? There's one start. Can't find the second. And Jimmer shuts it down, bringing UF to 12 rounds on the game.
Rounds in a row for UF. That has got to be a massive confident booster. And you can see Viffy. He's got max money.
He's had max money.
He's had max money. Yeah, but like it's just they're just falling flat at this defense. It doesn't look like anything USF is trying is working. They just seem very disjointed, especially whenever they try to put those aggro mid pushes down. The UF is just shutting them down time and time again.
Yeah, that they are. And it's so tough to find an answer when it feels like nothing's working. And I would have liked to see USF maybe take a few more B pushes, go for some more creative executes. But again, it's just so tough with how every single push has just been stymied.
Dad Jorts gets caught out there, trying to be a little bit sneaky in the underpass there. Does push that 4v5 advantage in the hands of USF, but Mish very quick to bring him back, and Valor extends it one more with a very nice op shot into the player in apps.
And now Caesar's maybe looking for something, but again, Jimmer's had the angle. UF has the communication, and they are strangling USF out of this game. As Waffle trying to spray through the smoke. Oh, nice!
A little flick onto him, yeah.
Now Viffy just forced to try and take some quick scopes and does retreat back to site. There is actually retreats back to connector, so USF going to have to be wary of this potentially occurring. Does spot the shoulder.
And he gets the shot onto him.
And that is big.
Onto a 2v2 situation for USF. Whatever site they go to, there's going to be one player there. But if it looks like they're committing A, but I don't think they're going to be ready for the player. I think it's Mish pushed up into apartments.
Yeah, they should know that Mish is up there though, because I'm pretty sure that's where he killed Kronos. So
yeah, it looks like they're aware of it. Like you saw him, you saw Tony looking at the palace position while he's firing it. Oh, but Mish does catch the player in CT spawn, so they're gonna know about it.
Doesn't know that there's one under. As now it's all up to Valor with the op. Does have some resources. Got a frag grenade into smoke, so certainly something to work with. But Flash comes down, slows down the push. With 2 angles to check which one's the correct one. And now with complete knowledge that he stares, USF going to lock this down. And Valor just going to retreat. So USF in the 13th round able to get their first one on the board.
Broken our silence to see if they can keep going on with it. Because if they just lose this next round, it'll honestly feel like they did all that work just for nothing.
Yeah, it'll be a gut punch to sort of everything they've clawed back to. And the trouble is, you know, when you go back to if they get reset here, that is going to be very, very difficult. And I mean, we're already seeing they don't have all the bells and whistles. Kronos without any utility. And
there's no op on the side of USF either, going from 3 ops to none. So
yes, I mean, I'm gonna say I feel like that 3-op play was just
interesting.
It was interesting. Maybe capitalize those first 3 letters as Viffy finds a good kill, but Swagmaster gets the headshot, gets another tap towards CT, does Tenyo, and now in Firebox.
There's no smoke on that CT position, so they can just push out.
That they can, and Tales of Valor takes his time. Finds that one, and it looks like here comes the gut punch. Not to a Kobe, though. At the very least, you've got that going for you. Though Tales of Valor is low, so one shot onto the op could turn this into a 1v1. Does spot the gun barrel, but
knows he's there, but that player in CT doesn't look like he's too keen on pushing forward. But that smoke might allow him to push towards the triple box. But no, he's just backing off, and they think he's left. Look, they're going back towards the jungle, towards the B site.
They're waiting for a plant, I think, though, to confirm, and Valor still holding him down. Does take it, and there is that gut punch.
Yep. 13-1. This is USF's last chance. Just to it feels like this one's for pride at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got to try and do something, because if you give up this round, then pistol pretty much means the end of it.
Yeah.
As then you would have to win an entire half straight back after not winning the pistol round, which is one of the toughest things to do in this game. And Viffy, even through the flash, finds one off the timing. And there's another one from Mish, and it is all falling apart. USF finds one kill back, and the quick peek out from Valor. Again, as they are just victims to this firing squad from the Gators.
And it's just Caesar left alone at top mid. Bomb on his back, one smoke, one flash, but and he's just tapped out by Jimmers.
Tapped out by Jimmers as we go to the second half.
That was a clinic by UF on the defense side there.
Yeah, I thought that Vertigo was going to be the most dominant map we saw today.
And then UF pulls that 14-1 out of their back.
Yeah.
Pocket, so, eek.
That they do. USF going to need to have a flawless defense to bring this one back. And with how well UF has been playing, with how scary Viffy is on the op, with how everyone has been pulling their weight and sort of picking things up, it feels like this UF team is just on fire.
And honestly, you gotta consider the morale of it. You just lost. You lost was it 12 rounds in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you lost 12 rounds in a row. You get one back, you might thinking, okay, maybe we can do this, and then you're just immediately slapped back down to yourself. I just gotta be thinking. Man, do you think USF are gonna be able to bounce back from this?
I mean, never say never, but it's a very tough position to be in, especially with Jimmers finding that opening peak, especially with the track record that UF has had, not losing a single pistol round this entire series. And now Swagmaster.
It looks like that stat is going to continue.
It certainly does, as it's just Caesar finds one, goes for the reload, jumps around, but can't quite get it. UF put themselves to series point, no longer game point. Series point, and to do it in 16-1 fashion would certainly be a statement.
Look at the kills over on the side of USF. We have 6, 9, 4, and 4 with like Tony, the only one in double digits with 16.
Yeah, and I mean, it could just be a statement that UF's, in a sense, sort of warmed up and felt out USF's play style in those first 2 games.
Yep.
And then was able to really shut it down on Mirage. And Viffy doesn't need anything besides a sniper, and he will wreck your world.
Yep. Waffle's going for that push through the apartments. It feels like he's probably thinking he has to make a play right now. He has to do something, because like 15-1.
Yeah, I mean, 15-1, you have to do something, and the AKs, the Galils are here, but Kronos and Tenyo able to get something started. Find one AK, and that could be the beginning. We're going to have to see. There's a long road ahead, and Kronos looking to at least get another round on the board with the 5-7.
Yeah, that's still 2K from him, but we got the bomb heading towards apps, B site very quickly through apps.
Yeah, and Caesar hears it, does throw out the call.
They're completely disrespecting that smoke.
That they are, and the spray down from the CZ works out, and the AK from afar as USF.
It's just Valor coming up cat now, and he's taken out.
Taken out by Waffle, and USF able to pick up 3, not 4 rifles here. Yeah, just 3, but still have to remember they need 13 back-to-back, and at the very least, they were able to start stringing together with 1, force UF onto a save, and honestly, with this investment in the Deagle, could be 2 saves.
Looks like they're actually fully investing here. They're getting all the Tech 9s, the Deagles, and the smokes and flashes that they want right now. Probably just gonna throw the simple A exec out here.
Yeah, and I mean, as a USF fan, I want UF to just not stop forcing. But of course, as you know, a caster, I would like to see them, just maybe this is a one-time thing where they force up here and then maybe they save back.
It's the money at this point. They don't have any loss bonus, so
that's true. They have no loss bonus.
They're gonna be on double eco.
Double eco anyway, so might as well try and do something nasty here.
Exactly.
And I just mean we saw them on Vertigo keep going into these courses, and Waffle not finding the shots, trying a couple taps towards jungle, but Swagmaster gonna get some work done, but these Tech 9s are doing the most, and this is quickly shifting towards UF's favor. They've got 3 members alive, but still some low health bars, and Caesar take advantage of one of those, and Viffy goes down through with a wall bang, and now just one left standing on Firebox.
I managed to get Caesar through the box right now, and he cannot close that out.
I was holding my breath that there was
Yeah.
going to be a 1 Deeg there.
Yeah, it was you like you could feel like the Counter-Strike gods writing it out, but no, just not quite there. Kronos manages to stabilize, and USF go for at least one more round.
USF have another round to get things going, and UF maybe it does look like they are going to go for a save and a couple pistols here, some util. Actually, just 1 Deagle and smoke.
That smoke goes out immediately, probably going towards the window.
Yeah, most likely.
And their players are just going towards mid and B right here, trying to see what they can do.
Mid and B, go fast, go furious, see if you can make something happen.
USF aren't even contesting them in middle. They're just content to let them have that.
Yeah, which I'm not sure if I agree with
Yeah,
that.
because like look,
That's a
they've already
lot of
gotten a kill.
space. It's giving them, I don't know, but it did net 1 kill onto Kronos, but beyond that, it's been all USF. And again, this is a full save out of UF, and Tenyo picking up 3 kills that round.
Looks like USF did lose their op though. The one player they killed was Kronos with that op, so they're not going to have it in this round. And I think Viffy will get his op out this year. So.
And we're going to have to see. This is going to, I think, be the test for USF. Can they hold up against Viffy's op? And if so, maybe they'll be able to start picking up more rounds, gain a little more ground. But again, it's sudden death, effectively. You lose one, and you're done.
Yep. UF slowing it behind that CT smoke at the ramp, but it does look like they're going for this very heavy ramp position. Every single player is leaning towards this A side of the map right now.
Yeah, all 5 just grouped up, maybe waiting for some over-aggression out of USF. I like this position from Tenyo. Does get immediately flashed out, though, and that is one of the weaknesses. It is vulnerable to those flashes. Now here come the mollies, here come the smokes. The complete execute comes down for UF. They're biding their time. Nice shot through the smoke from Waffle.
That being said, the site is lost, and it is firmly in the hands of UF, and they get that bomb down. But that smoke pushing flash catches 2 for Kronos. It's a very nice play, but Jimmers gets
Jimmers! 2. Bringing it back, and now Dad George as well across CT. It's a 2v1, and
they close
Dad
it
George
out.
closes it out. And USF go down, get reverse swept by UF, who honestly played a pretty great series after Vertigo.
Yeah. Vertigo was. It seemed like Vertigo was just their warm-up match. They weren't. They seemed. Maybe they just don't play. Maybe they just don't play the map together. But they seemed like disjointed. But on Inferno and on Mirage, they had that down.
Yeah.
Especially on their CT side, they seemed like they had worked on those maps a lot more, and they had the positioning and the util and everything they needed down.
Yeah, I mean, those are also just 2 traditional comfort maps. Yeah. I think for a lot of the community, Vertigo is one that you really have to put a lot of work into. It's a little bit tougher. Yeah. So makes sense, but still. Great performance out of USF in game 1, but completely turned around in games 2 and 3 by UF, and they were the better team on the day. They had some great shots, and honestly, just GG's to UF.
Yep. Well, now it looks like I think USF's record is now going to be 2-2, and USF is going to be 3-1. Or
the other way around.
Yeah,
UF is
strike
going to be 3-1.
Reverse it. Yeah.
USF is 2-2 because remember, everyone, NACE is a Swiss-style format, or at least NACE Challenger. So that means you're always going up against someone with the same record as you. So we're going to have to see if USF can bring it back next week. As I do believe that is going to be it for us tonight with this USF Green game. Connor, it was an absolute pleasure to get to cast alongside you. Huge thanks to our producer, Shashank. And also, if you want more USF action, especially CSGO action, we've got Gold on stream tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So be on the lookout for that one. And, of course, everyone, thank you for tuning in, watching, supporting our teams and everything. And, of course, if you want to keep updated, just make sure you're following our Twitch. And, of course, in the Discord, all of our streams are posted, updated, and all that jazz. So, again, thank you for watching, supporting our teams, and letting us do what we love. But from all of us here at USF Esports, have a wonderful night.